Hello, my darlings. If you've been watching me a while, you know who I am. If this is your first time watching, well, I'm Heather, your nutritionist and health and wellness coach from blendhappy.com. And today, I'm making spinach asparagus soup. It's a creamy spinach asparagus soup. You're going to need half a bunch of asparagus, 2 cups of spinach, 1 lemon, some vegetable broth, and to make it creamy, an avocado. Then you're going to want to top it off with some green onions, aka scallions. If you call them scallions, let me know. I want to know who else calls them scallions because I feel like I'm the only one that calls them that. But maybe I'm not the only one. I know a lot of my New England homies call it that too. So maybe it's just like a Northeast thing. Anyway, first things first, you're going to want to steam your asparagus and your spinach. Let's get started with that.
Okay, so we're going to steam the asparagus and then add in 2 cups of spinach when it's a minute or 2 at the end. So steaming this for 6 minutes, put in the last 2 cups of spinach at the last minute because we don't want it to overcook too much. The spinach will cook very quickly.
Okay, mine's all steamed. I didn't want to steam the spinach too long. I want it nice and fresh. I'm going to go ahead and put it in my Blendtec blender here. So you're going to need the blender. And with the asparagus, I don't want to put it all in here. I'm going to save a few strands aside and chop them up. That way I can have chunks of asparagus in my soup. So that way it's just not one texture and you're left with like, oh, this is just like pureed baby food. We don't want that. So just get all my little good bits in here. It's gonna be a delicious soup. And before I cooked everything, I made sure to wash it all with my fruit and vegetable wash. Make sure you wash it too. It gets dirty during transport. We don't need no ickies all up on our stuff. So I'm gonna just go ahead and chop. That's my sexy chopping skills. You should totally see this. Like, I want to do it chef style. I'm no pro chef, but you know, I'm trying. So those are good bits right there. As I drop it all over the counter. Now the key to this soup is the creamy avocado. So instead of doing cream-based soup, for all you vegans, vegetarians, anyone on the paleo diet out there, you don't have to worry about using a cream, a heavy cream, or a milky substance. And this goes right along with adding some more vegetables in. You have your healthy omegas right here, antioxidants. I love avocado. If you love avocado, holler at me, comment below, because we need to hang out. Avocado is amazing. So it's great for skin, great for heart health. I'll just start with half the avocado. You want to leave in his pit if you're not going to use him right away, and that keeps him fresh longer. Same with guacamoles. If you're making a guacamole, keep your pit added in at the end and just have him there as a storage device. It just keeps things fresh a little bit longer. So now I'll squeeze into my lemon here. Okay, how to get my lemon squeezer. This is just a quick lemon squeezer, so you don't have to worry about juicing the whole lemon, and so it can separate the seeds. You don't want any seeds in your soup. And you'll just do about 2 squirts, just enough to get some lemon juice, a little bit of acidity in here. And if you're a lover of broccoli, then feel free to add broccoli to this mix. Next we'll add our organic vegetable broth. This is good you want to get organic because anything that's been grown leafy green or that doesn't have a protective coating like a lemon is part of the dirty dozen. And the dirty dozen has all the pesticides and chemicals. So go organic so you don't get that killer cancer. Okay, and you're gonna want just enough to cover. So I'm going to go for 3/4 cup. We'll go for 1 cup. There we go. And this is a quick, easy soup. You see how quick it's taking me to do this. Really simple. And then you're gonna want salt and pepper to taste. I like to keep my salt in a little container so that way I only use a pinch and I'm not overusing salt. You don't want too much sodium in your diet, that leads to hypertension. And hypertension is just a fancy word for high blood pressure, which is not good for your heart because your heart has to work harder, so pump harder. Okay, so I have to be silly. I can't just watch boring, drab videos all day. I mean, it's YouTube after all. You really want to see some weird stuff, don't you? This is all I've got for you today. That's it. I'm a walrus. Okay, and one other tip I wanted to give you was how to store your asparagus. You're gonna buy it from the store, keep it in its bunch, fill a container with about this much water, enough to cover the hard bits that you end up cutting off and don't eating anyway. And you store it in there. Oh, well, yeah, look, just breaking asparagus everywhere. You store it in there and it should stay good for a week. It's amazing how long it can last. So now it's time to blend the soup. If you have the Blendtec blender, you're going to have buttons that say ice cream, ice crush, milkshake, soup, syrup, fondue, sauces, dips, whole juice. And you want to poke the soups button. That's because there's going to be enough speed and friction in here to heat up and keep that soup warm, since it's already warm, or make it hot. If you want it hot, you're going to have to hit it twice. But for now, since it's fresh off the stove from being steamed, I'm going to hit my soups button once and let it blend up nice and smooth. And now I steam these vegetables, don't forget, and that was the way to maintain the most amount of nutrients. You can make this raw if you don't want to take this time to steam it. It's just gonna need to have that button hit twice, okay? Here we go. And now it's ready. It is quite green. It's amazing. You gotta see this color. Talk about getting in your daily dose of greens. I'll tell you what. I don't have to worry about that. With all of these awesome vegetables. Okay, so now I'm gonna pour my awesome green soup. Puree. Good man if I do. Feel free to season it with some garlic, some onions, any other seasonings you want in there. Rosemary, cilantro, which I can't stand cilantro. Ooh. So once you add in the asparagus, you'll just want to cover it. And I have some chopped scallions here, green onions if you will. And I'll spread that throughout. And it's time to take a bite of the delicious soup. Just so very green. So here I go. Probably managed to make a mess. All up on my face. So, simple, delicious. You can do broccoli, you can do peas. There's so many variations you can do, but I highly recommend making your own soups at home because it's the freshest, best way to get your vegetables in. Also, there's less sodium when you make your own soup at home. A lot of canned soups come with way too much sodium. You only need about 2,300 milligrams a day, depending, and that's for an average healthy person who's taking in about 2,000 calories a day. If you have heart issues already, or diabetes, other health issues, renal issues, you're gonna wanna talk to your doctor first before you have too much sodium and see what levels you need. So, this is a can of soup, and in this alone, 1 cup, there's 830 milligrams. That's insane for a can of soup. And I mean, yeah, this is an organic can. And yeah, I have soup in my home while I'm making a soup video. This is chicken and wild rice. And I was in the mood for it. It's gluten-free, it's organic. Wolfgang Puck series here. I was like, oh, I'll try it, why not? And then I thought, man, I just want to make my own soups at home. My vegetable soups, they're my favorite. You can make carrot, you can make butternut squash. Check out that video. Butternut squash soup, delicious. I make a celery root soup. So I'm all about making my own vegetable soups at home. Really easy, extremely healthy. I mean, you saw how quick it took me. So I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you put on those green onions. It really adds that touch that this soup really just needs, that little slight bit of acidity, and 2 squeezes of lemon. And I enjoy this. If you don't like asparagus, you can barely taste it in here. It just tastes so good, unless you put up the cut up stuff like I did. But I enjoy this. I hope you do too, and I thank you so much for watching. And I hope you have a wonderful day.
Hey, are you a binge watcher? That's okay. Just subscribe to my channel and feel free to dive in.